Hey y'all, how's it going? I'm trading the ES futures on a 2000 tick chart with a 21 EMA. So I've got the overnight high up here and the overnight low down here. These are our key levels for the day. And so I started trading at 8 Central Time, which is around this area right here. And so starting off, I want to mention this because I kind of talked about it last video, or I'm not sure if it was last video, but it was a very, very recent video. Now the overnight high might look better right here because it's, fitting with this range. It's clearly in this sideways structure. And sometimes people have a hard time, adjusting it as the overnight high changes because we push out here before the market opens, and so this is within the overnight session, and I left it here to see how it fits, and it ended up fitting well. So the overnight high levels and the overnight low levels are not always going to look super clean, but you can slightly adjust them around a bit and see where they fit best and what's getting the reactions. But sometimes it's going to be off of a not so significant looking swing like this, compared to something like this where you had a sharper push down. It's matching with these swings. So I just wanted to point that out. Now, of course, at first, as you can see, we have this big range here, but at first it was more like this, drawing a uptrend like this, break, new high before reversing back down. Of course, on a big picture, this is all one leg, as you can see with these arrows drawn out here. Notice the perfect measured move, but we'll get to that in a sec. So I started trading around here, like I said. No entries to go long here. We kind of just had one push down, and I see that technically you have a second entry. You have first entry long, second entry, or you tick up again there, so that's a third entry by the time you get to here. But to me, I just see one push down. I really just view a first entry here. And of course, it's right into this, we've been going sideways, forming this overnight high, so you wouldn't want to enter right into that. But we do push on out here. We break out, attempt to fade back in. So, one level at a time, right? So we have uptrend, break, new high, attempt to reverse and slash fade back in. In this lower high right here, this is not a trade that I would take. It's very small picture right into the overnight high, and it's also getting sideways. So there's really nothing to take there for me. We push on lower here, and we kind of fade back in before pushing out, and it gets choppy because it's pushing back and forth below and above the overnight high, and it's just and at this point right here, I was trying to figure out exactly where it could be. Ultimately, I left it right there. And we kind of have this higher low. We push up, we attempt down, kind of like a two attempts to fade. Of course, we get the real. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to move that. We kind of get the second leg right here. We have this attempt to fade, break. It kind of goes sideways. And then we have another more significant attempt here, but since this is right after the, from this downtrend, we have a two-legged break up. So I leave the measured move right there. And unfortunately, no clear longs in this. We push down, we get choppy, clearly start forming this dotted range above the overnight high. And here we have a second entry. As you can see, first entry long, second entry long, but it's shooting back below, with a good bear bar below the overnight low. So I wouldn't want to take a long right into that. And then here, we just have this doji. It's not super clear. And then, of course, we're closing too high up at this point. So nothing for me here. We just push on out, go into this bigger uptrend. As you can see, we're forming a second leg here. Notice how after the break of this leg up, it starts from this swing on that second leg. But the leg didn't really launch until here. But it did technically start from here. And notice if I get it right off that wick, that's right where the measured move was. And so anyway, we do push on up. Unfortunately, in this push up right here, we don't get anything that even touches the EMA, so there's just no chance. But then here, we clearly start forming some kind of sideways action. We push up, we push down, it starts getting a little bit choppy. 1, 2, 3, bounces right there. It's, forming these lows. And we still have this up measured move in play. Now, notice with this wider uptrend, this would be at first it would be like this, kind of like what I have there, and then I would slowly extend it, and eventually, as we push off from there, I would extend this to there, and now we have this channel, and so we're bouncing off of the high of this channel. Now, when you come off one side of a channel, kind of like in a range, you want to see two attempts to reach the other side before continuing long. So if you bounce off this high, you don't want to take a first entry long, because you could very easily, because price attempts things in twos. That's how second entries form. And so you can expect two attempts down. And, when we push lower here and get this break from it, at this point we have a measured move in play. And I just want to mention here, this measured move is not met However, after the break of this initial push down here, we have the first attempt to reach the measured move and the second attempt to reach the measured move failure. And so this is a failure entry. Notice the sharp rush back above, holding nicely. Limit order trade because of, this high right here was kind of mixed with this chop, and the high wouldn't want to push it too far. Considering these two big legs down, or not huge legs or anything, but considering these two clear legs down off of this upper trend line here with the up measured move in play. Once again, I'll zoom out to show it. I didn't mind this little sideways action. It was, just to ride it to that high. So we push on up here. We react off that high. We have a second leg up. Notice from, after coming off this upper trend line, we have two legs down, immediately followed by two legs up, immediately followed by two legs down before going into a range and reversing. And, very likely could get two legs back up, but we'll get to that in a sec. So we reach this measured move here, which I want to get it exactly on the tick, just so I can, because it looks better. So there we go. Yeah, I might have drawn it a tick off or so. Either way, this is basically a to the tick measured move met. We immediately start pushing off of it. Notice we have the leg down, break, make a second leg down. No real entries on here because you can't just take a short the second it reaches a measured move as the sole reason. I mean, it's also blocked by, this upper, I didn't mean to say upper trend. It's blocked by this uptrend line. And you don't want to enter right into that. Even when you close out here, you're still holding on that EMA to the upside. It's just not ideal. You want to see a reversal down. So in a situation like this, you can take a reversal pattern inside of this uptrend as long as you have room and you're entering on the second leg and you're not pushing your target too far. But we don't get a setup for that here. So we push on down, clear leg, break, make a second leg down. It goes a little bit more than measured. And, we push up, start forming this range. And then I want to talk about these two, that double bottom there. We kind of pushed up into this range from there. Unfortunately, no clear entries. It got really choppy and there's really nothing, You can see there's a second entry right there. But, considering we started reversing back down, even though we had these two legs, I would want to see another attempt down because we had this sharp push down, break, one attempt to reach it. I would want to see another attempt given the chop, and also the downtrend, of course, which was like that at first, so it's blocking. But I did extend this eventually to after we formed this. I kind of just extended it right to it, and it matched off of those wicks right there. And so I didn't want to enter long on this, even though you have this double bottom here, right after this measure move down, it can look very tempting pushing up like that, but you are into this trend line. You do have this range here. It is choppy. I would just want to see a reversal pattern pushing out where you actually have room and you're not in this mess right here. So, I just didn't see anything here for me. And I understand the double bottoms. They look very tempting, especially combined with this breakout right here, a failed breakout. But you don't know for sure that it's going to work out like that. But, unfortunately, in this case, it just takes on off without us there. But anyway, we push up, we start fading back down right here. Notice this downtrend break, attempting a new low. We could very easily get two legs down there, likely retesting the overnight high. I wouldn't be surprised if we do that. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Hope it helped out in some way. I enjoyed making it, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.